You're listening to the only GLBT sports radio show in the nation. Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHX. This is Compete Sports News Brief.
I'm Buddy Early, and this is a Compete Sports News Brief. As if the NFL Players Association didn't have enough legal troubles with the current mediation going on with owners, the union is now being sued by a group of retired players. 5 former players have taken the NFLPA to court, claiming the organization denied them and other former athletes lucrative royalties from licensing deals that used their images. The class action lawsuit was filed last week in Los Angeles and alleges breach of fiduciary duty by the Players Association and its for-profit Players Inc. subsidiary. Meanwhile, the city of Los Angeles is continuing its pursuit of an NFL team. Earlier this week, the sports and entertainment company AEG made its pitch to the LA City Council, a plan that envisions a downtown stadium as part of the company's already successful LA Live project. And although the building of a new stadium is not supposed to cost the public a single penny, the proposal does ask that the city transfer valuable development rights to AEG. The company argues the city no longer needs access to the parcel and that a new 72,000-seat stadium could be accompanied by a new convention center building. AEG has said it would pick up the entire $1 billion construction tab for its stadium. But billionaire developer Ed Roski has his own plans for a stadium. Roski has permits in place to build a 75,000-seat stadium about 15 miles east of Los Angeles in the City of Industry. Both camps have said they hope to recruit a team, and possibly 2, from among those in the league that are suffering and or are unable to have a new stadium built in their current location. And the next version of EA Sports' Madden NFL video game will reflect the ongoing conversation in the league regarding concussions and safety. According to John Madden, for whom the video game is named, players in the 2012 version will not be allowed to return to the game if they've suffered a concussion. Madden said in a news conference this week that the aim is to raise awareness of the injury's severity and its consequences. And we're down to 2 in the contest to see who will appear on the cover of that video game. The Browns' Peyton Hillis is up against the Eagles' Michael Vick in the final. Fans can vote for either Hillis or Vick at ESPN.com, and the winner will be announced April 27th. That's right, on ESPN, of course. I'm Buddy Early, and this has been another Compete Sports News Brief. Log on to CompeteRadio.com for more news.
Compete Radio is brought to you in part by
Roscoe's on 7th is the only gay sports bar in Arizona. For more information, log on to roscoeson7th.com.
Ready for countdown. You're listening to Compete Radio with your host, Josh Fourier. Sports News Brief with Buddy Early. Alfonso Chavez with Sports Pop. The conservative voice, Eric Carlisle. And resident straight lady, Connie Wardman.
All right, thank you very much, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Josh Fourier, here with Buddy Early, Connie Wardman, Eric Carlisle, and Alfonso's on vacation. I think he had maybe a little too much fun at Pride this past week.
Either that or he picked up all the allergies that the rest of us are sniffling from.
It's
so
crazy,
our apologies in advance, yeah.
You guys
I
want
think he's still at Pride, actually, Josh.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he is. I think he's still there.
He's camping out.
Think he met someone.
Ooh.
Here's something crazy that happened to me, actually, on the way home from work yesterday.
Okay.
All right, so if you don't know, I smoke. I know it's bad, horrible, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I was on my way home, and I was going over the overpass on I-10,
Okay.
and I noticed, I heard like 50, 60 things hitting my windshield, and it looked like explosions of water everywhere, and I was like, what the heck is that? My window was down. Next thing I know, there's like 10 bees in my car. It was a swarm of bees. I'm allergic to bees.
Oh.
So here I am on the overpass. Driving was, needless to say, not my priority at the moment. All right, so I'm trying to control the car. There's bees flying at me. Anyway, it was a disaster. To make things worse, there was a state trooper behind me.
Oh, geez.
Hello, Mr. Policeman.
You're not allergic to that, though, Josh, are you?
Well, hello, Mr. Officer. So I just wanted to talk about a couple minutes. Donald Trump is really making the news. I mean, oh my gosh.
Eric's hero.
He's coming as pretty much a conservative, going to run as a Republican, maybe an
please.
independent. Anyway, there was a reporter, his name is Jim Newell. He researched a little bit of Donald Trump's past. Turns out this guy's a pretty big liberal as far as his history. He wanted, government provided health care. He wanted to tax the rich. Now it's interesting because he's running, he's taking the opposite.
I thought I remembered sort of the liberal past with Donald Trump, and I think that kind of confirms what a lot of us think, which is Donald Trump, at least as far as him being a politician, puts his finger up and sees which ways the wind is blowing, and that's the candidate he wants to be.
Well, if you look at his business background, he knows how to reinvent himself very effectively, depending on what project he wants to bring forth.
I don't know if anybody saw the Comedy Central roast of Donald Trump about a month ago. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Snoop Dogg talking about, seriously, I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Talking about Donald Trump's running for president. And he said it wouldn't be the first black man Donald Trump had kicked out of his home. Yeah. It was very funny.
I don't know if any of you remember Donald Trump in the 1980s started in the hit miniseries I'll Take Manhattan with Valerie Bertinelli.
I don't.
So, I mean, that's just a little bit of trivia about Donald Trump.
Sure do remember him filing bankruptcy a few times. Nice to know that he could possibly be managing our money. Not that he could do any worse than we're already doing.
We want to be truth and accuracy here, Josh. He personally did not file bankruptcy. Some of his casinos did, but it wasn't him personally.
Oh, thank heavens.
I know a little bit about Donald Trump.
So much better.
Truth and accuracy.
Yes.
Well,
unless it has to do with Obama, then I'm okay.
Well, he would like Eric would like Donald Trump to be his hero, except he doesn't have the same hairdo.
Yeah. Well, Eric, you brought up let's move on a little.
Okay.
Eric, you brought up Obama. Have you guys ever wondered how much the president makes in a year?
I'm going to guess 1.7 million.
Did you look this story up, buddy?
I watched the news.
Oh my God. What's the news? No, I have Obama's 1040 right here. Him and Michelle. Yeah, 1,728,096 is what he makes or made this past year. Most of it came from book sales, is what.
And that was him and her, correct?
Yes, him and her. Also, claiming their dependencies.
Josh just dropped the keyboard in the office.
My laptop just almost.
I do want to say, Josh, that that's over twice what you make.
Yes.
At least.
So, I mean, that doesn't seem fair because you're a celebrity.
I'm not good at arithmetic, and even I know that figure is wrong.
And your dress is even prettier and more expensive than what Michelle Obama wears.
I know. It was custom made. It was.
Yes,
gorgeous.
but I wish you'd shave your legs. It's just.
Thank God Alfonso's not here, because if you start talking about Michelle Obama's fashions in a negative way, he would be all over you.
Ooh, he would flip.
I have a sleeveless gown on right now.
Yes, it's gorgeous. All right, so I have a police report in front of me, and no, it is not mine. It is it's Mr. Michael Leake. He plays for the Reds. Here's what happened. He went shopping at Macy's, and apparently he didn't have $60 to pay for what he stole. He stole. It's reported it's 6 American rag T-shirts totaling $59.88. He was arrested. This guy, $425,000 a year is what he.
Plus, he got a signing bonus. I think his signing bonus was upwards of $1 million.
You're kidding.
So he's got plenty of money.
Well, yeah, but this is like that deal with Winona Ryder
Exactly.
way back when.
This sounds more like a disease, because if you're going to go to Macy's anyway, that's a problem. If you're actually going to steal from there, it's even
Now,
double.
wait a minute. I like Macy's. They're nice people.
Well, yeah, Macy's is fun, but yeah, this is just it's so surprising to me.
Josh is holding up his arrest report so you can see it over the air.
Yeah, I'm just reading through it. It's just
Josh got arrested once, but it was for something totally different.
I have never been arrested. Let's not.
He almost got arrested with the bees in the car, but
Yeah.
fortunately
Oh my God.
the officer liked him.
The cop, I guess he knew what happened. I guess he saw it or something that I didn't see. He was laughing.
Oh.
I'm going to impersonate Josh and the bees.
It's only funny now that I didn't crash, but it was a close
gosh.
call.
Yeah.
All right, so let's, speaking of legal, there's this belly dancer in New York City.
What a surprise.
She was on disability, though, getting
Aw,
$800 a month.
poor
The
baby.
judge did no. Poor
Really?
lot.
That's still over twice what you make.
Yeah. Does that include my food stamps? Well, the judge found out,
Aha.
and he wasn't very happy with this. He says, "How are you on disability, and you're a belly dancer?" So he reduced her payments from $800 to $400 a month. I think he should have just cut her off.
Well,
I mean,
I was going to say, if she's out there belly dancing, why is she getting any?
yeah.
That
I mean,
takes a lot of coordination.
I'm not. Yeah.
I danced on the belly once, and I put the person in the hospital, so I'm not.
He gave someone disability.
God, you guys are coughing and choking. Is
I
it?
know. Well,
Did we skip over that Michael Leake story? Because that was pretty quick. That was pretty quick, Josh. I was like, oh, he got arrested. We didn't even talk about how evil that is.
ooh.
Why is it evil?
Because I'm a stellar pillar of society.
Yeah.
But I think what Connie or you, one of you mentioned it, there's something wrong because clearly he can afford these T-shirts, and it's very similar to the Winona Ryder more than a decade ago where she stole from whatever. You know, Winona Ryder's a millionaire, but she shoplifted. And I hesitate to use the word disease because I don't think that's a disease, but there's something mental there.
Right.
Even Lauren Lohan selling that jewelry, right?
Who?
That Lohan?
No.
Leslie Lohan?
Lindsay?
Lindsay.
Lindsay Lohan, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's not so much an issue of being able to afford something. I mean, if it was that issue and he truly couldn't afford to buy it, he would have gone to Goodwill or a donation center. This is an issue of character, and you have to wonder what other areas of his life he was behaving in a shady way, and maybe relationship-wise, was it his career?
He needs to steal a T-shirt for me. I have more than one blue T-shirt. If you guys ever wondered that question,
I don't believe
Well,
it.
I will say, I don't know Mike Leake too well. I don't know him at all, but he did play at Arizona State University, and so I followed their.
Your
As
alma
you know,
mater.
I follow their baseball team, and followed him throughout his career with ASU. He's in his second year with the Cincinnati Reds, and I've never heard any negative stories about him until now. So this was kind of a surprise.
We should go have coffee, buddy.
Oh, I heard, yeah.
Just for legal purposes, this is all allegedly, okay? Michael Leake allegedly stole. We need to take a break, though. Log on to CompeteRadio.com. We'll be right back. 90 seconds.
Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHX.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Thomas with Thomas Eye Care. Have you ever been one of those unlucky individuals with dry, irritated eyes and have been told you can't wear contacts? I'm here to tell you today there have been many breakthroughs in technology and materials paving the way to finding a more comfortable and successful contact lens for you. At Thomas Eye Care, we offer the newest technology in daily disposable lenses, as well as the newest silicone material developed for comfort and moisture retention. Give me a call today to schedule an appointment and discuss if you're a candidate for this new, exciting technology. Mention Compete Radio and receive a free trial lens kit to get you started after your qualifying exam. Call 602-996-9906. That's 602-996-9906. Our office is located inside Lens Crafters, right next door to Target, across the street from the Paradise Valley Mall. We're open 7 days a week, and walk-ins are always welcome. And most vision and medical plans are also accepted. Call 602-996-9906 today. Start taking care of those eyes.
The party place to be for over 26 years is Charlie's at 7th Avenue and Camelback in the heart of Central Phoenix. There's always something going on and drink specials every day. Kick off your weekend the wet way with Go-Go Boys and dance music on the patio with Wet Fridays at 9:30 and after hours until 4 a.m. Also, wrap up your weekend on Sunday with the party on the patio starting at 3 p.m. It's Sinful Sundays with volleyball all afternoon and drink specials too hot to handle. Find us on Facebook under Charlie's Phoenix and get updates on daily specials. It's Charlie's.
Something dirty going on.
At InTouch Wellness Center, our team has the experience and compassion to ease your mind and take care of your specific needs. We are committed to the newest techniques available and are always searching for new ways to effectively care for our patients. We are excited to offer spinal decompression and look forward to sharing the most cutting-edge advances with you. Say you heard us on Compete Radio, and you'll receive a complimentary exam and 20-minute decompression session. Stop by our office located in Phoenix at 3431 West Thunderbird Road, Suite 9, or call 602-548-1998. You can also log on to intouchwellnesscenter.com.
Thompson Image Photography specializes in headshots, portraits, children's photography, weddings, commitment ceremonies, editorial, and lifestyle photography. Our studio is located in Paradise Valley. We offer a wide range of products from your standard prints to prints on canvas. There are two photographers at Thompson Image Photography, Don Thompson and Stephanie Heyman. We can be reached at 602-418-2262, and please visit our website, www.thompsonimage.com.
Compete Radio is brought to you in part by
One Community. Remember, you vote with your wallet every single day. Be sure to support your local LGBT businesses and allies, and log on to onecommunity.co for more information.
Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHX.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Josh Fourier. Kyrsten Sinema was elected to serve as District 15th State Senator in November 2010. She represents most of Central Phoenix. Prior to this, she served in the House of Representatives from 2005 to 2010, and she was the assistant leader to the House Democratic Caucus from 2009 to 2010. Today, Senator Sinema is joining us on the show. Senator, thanks so much for being here. Welcome to the show.
It's my pleasure to be with you.
You are a fairly outspoken voice on a lot of issues that I am really excited to ask you about. Primarily, a lot of this is just out of curiosity for me to see where the future is, for our nation and, more specifically Arizona. The first issue that I wanted to talk about, LGBT rights in Arizona seem to be just, I'm just so disappointed on so many levels at where our state sits on viewing homosexual or lesbian couples in Arizona. And I just wanted to ask, what are your views on LGBT rights?
Well, as a member of the LGBT community, obviously this is a prime concern for me.
Yes.
My concern is not with the people of Arizona, because actually the people of Arizona are pretty good on LGBT rights. I mean, let's not forget, Arizona was the first and so far the only state in the country that defeated a same-sex marriage ban initiative in 2006 because it attempted to also take away domestic partnerships and civil unions in our state. Right. So we're the only state to have ever defeated that, and I think that's a testament to the independent nature of our voters and their real lack of worry around LGBT issues. However, policymakers at the state level have historically been very anti-gay, and that's where you've seen these bad policies move forward. Most recently, Governor Jan Brewer signed a bill earlier this week that would make it more difficult for single people to adopt children. That includes gay people as well as straight people. And that's unfortunate because that means that families, whether they be straight or gay, will have a more difficult time creating loving homes for kids who need them. And I think that's just one example of bad policy around LGBT issues in our state.
Can you just help me to understand the way her brain functions? She's
I'm not sure I can do that.
Well, I've been following her for quite a while. She seems to be under this mentality, like she's cutting funding where we don't need to cut funding. She's leaving funding alone in areas where it possibly should be cut. And now this with single individuals. I mean, of course, if you're homosexual, lesbian, transgendered, you have no choice but to be single. If you're being true to your relationship, you can't get married in this state. So it's kind of a setup to fail situation in the fact that now not only can you not get married, but now it's going to be even harder for you to adopt children. So where are these children going to be in the meantime? If they can't be adopted into a loving home, where are they?
Well, our concern is that a lot of these children will be languishing in foster homes or
Right.
even in group homes,
Right.
which we know is not the most ideal situation for a child. So we really feel like she's putting the interests of a small group of super conservative Christians above the needs of children and families. And that's what we have grave concern about, is that it's not doing what's best for kids.
Well, it seems that she would think that a child would be better off in foster care or a group home as opposed to being with someone gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered, or single.
I think that is what they believe, which I have a trouble understanding, because I think anytime you get a child into a loving home, that's better than having a child in a group home setting or a foster care setting. But
well, that causes me to think. Yeah, that causes me to think though as well that even though it's not being put, into action legally, that she views single parents who happen to be straight. She views them in this way as well. That maybe their child would be better off in a group home.
That's very true. I mean, the bottom line is that the majority, after married couples, the second largest group of adoptive parents are single straight women.
Right.
And this definitely hurts them the most. I mean, because single straight women, again, adopt children at a much higher rate than anyone else in the state after married couples, and this does make it harder for them. So this is an equal opportunity bill. It's equal opportunity of discrimination against gay people and straight people. And I've actually been talking to folks in the gay community who say, well, this is just all about gay people. No, the truth is this is about single people.
Right.
That this is about making it harder for single people, no matter their orientation, to create loving families.
Right. Well, and I'm guessing we all know your views on this, right? Obviously.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so another issue that I wanted to ask you about, which put us in international spotlight for a while. In fact, I believe we still are, not as much as before, but immigration. I know this is also another one of your, you have a very strong opinion in your belief on the whole immigration aspect of everything going on. Can you just briefly tell me what your views are on Arizona's policies?
Well, SB 1070 was, in my opinion, a very misguided solution to what is a very serious and a very real problem. 1070 doesn't do anything to solve the problem that we face. I mean, our critical problem right now in Arizona is this movement of these criminal cartels that bring violence into our border regions and into the interior of our state. And 1070 doesn't do anything to address those cartels or those syndicates. And that's unfortunate, because that's where we really need the effort, the sustained help. So I'm happy to see that the courts are continuing to stop the implementation of SB 1070, because it is unconstitutional. And meanwhile, the state has done a good job, I think, in the Senate of stopping some more of those, I think, misguided measures that do nothing to solve our problems, but instead exacerbate the existing problems we have and violate the civil rights of Arizonans. So I'm really proud that we stopped some of those bad bills. Meanwhile, we're moving forward on some good legislation that allows us to crack down on the people who run these violent cartels and run the drop houses. So I think we're kind of starting to turn in the right direction, focusing on what we can stop, and then focusing our energy on asking the Fed to do their job.
Well, sure, and that has always, for years, been my main concern. Was I don't care about the guy, just as an individual, as a citizen. I don't care about the guy that wants to come over here and live a better life. I care about the people, for example, people that want to hurt our country. September 11th is a prime example. If these people can fly a plane into a building, and just the regular citizen of Mexico can get over here to live a better life, what's to make us think that terrorists and people that really want to hurt people in this country, what causes people to think that this can't happen as well? And I think that, more than anything, is one of the biggest issues that people should really be concerned about, is the fact that we could be in trouble. People could get over here that really want to hurt us, a lot of us, and it could be another September 11th all over again through the Mexican border. And I'm wondering, who do we look to protect our borders? Do we look to Arizona, or do we look to the federal government?
Well, the federal government's supposed to be doing this, but unfortunately they haven't really done much of anything lately. So we've really been struggling to try and find some solutions. What we're doing right now is, at the state level, trying to do what we can in terms of interdicting this criminal syndicate activity, and at the same time asking the feds to do their job, which is to actually create a secure border and to reform our immigration system so that it works overall for all of us.
Well, after September 11th and the fear that was put into all of us whenever, we realized, hey, we are vulnerable as a country, isn't it totally reckless and irresponsible of our federal government to not make our borders top priority?
I think so. So the concern that I've seen is that while some people give a lot of lip service to make board of the top security, they're not actually doing anything to solve the problem. And that's what I'm concerned about, is that if we really want to solve the problem, we need to just stop talking about it and actually work together to find real solutions.
Amen.
And those real solutions can't just come from increasing Border Patrol agents and increasing funding on the border. That's what the federal government's been doing for the last 4 years, and it hasn't solved the problem. We need to combine focusing border security with comprehensive reforms that hold employers accountable, that allow good workers to come into the state and into the country when we need them, and really to meet our labor demands. So we have to have a comprehensive approach, and unfortunately we're not seeing that from any of our congressional delegation.
Right. We're almost out of time. I wish we had more. I just wanted to ask you real briefly just what your opinion was about Mr. Donald Trump. We all know that he's possibly going to be running in 2012. He's making a huge issue out of Obama, if he's a citizen or not, the whole birth certificate issue. Fox News is backing Trump on this. You know, they're spewing more of the propaganda, in my opinion. I was able to go online and find the certificate of live birth. Can you just tell me why people are still focused on whether Obama's a citizen or not?
I have no idea.
Isn't it just foolishness?
I cannot explain how anyone can still be confused by this. Like, I mean, it's not rocket science. I do not understand it. It is befuddling to me.
Amen.
It's so easy to solve this question. It's been solved since 2008. So to be honest, I have no explanation.
I don't either. But I think it makes the people that are so worried about it, I think it just shows their character. I really wish we had more time. I've really enjoyed speaking with you, and thank you so much, Senator, for being on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Anytime.
Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHX.
Roscoe's on 7th is the only gay sports bar in Arizona.
Enjoy great food and daily drink specials while watching one of our 13 screens, catching all your favorite sports action, plus the best scenery in town, if you know what I mean.
Roscoe's on 7th is located just south of Highland on 7th Street. Log on to roscoe'son7th.com. Roscoe's on 7th.
Your sports bar.
At In Touch Wellness Center, our team has the experience and compassion to ease your mind and take care of your specific needs. We are committed to the newest techniques available and are always searching for new ways to effectively care for our patients. We are excited to offer spinal decompression and look forward to sharing the most cutting-edge advances with you. Say you heard us on Compete Radio, and you'll receive a complimentary exam and 20-minute decompression session. Stop by our office located in Phoenix at 3431 West Thunderbird Road, Suite 9, or call 602-548-1998. You can also log on to intouchwellnesscenter.com.
You're listening to Compete Radio.
Compete Radio is the only gay sports radio show in Arizona. Advertisers of this program reach more than 95% of Maricopa County, and by advertising on Compete Radio, you show the citizens of Arizona that your business believes in diversity, equality, and human rights. 79% of our audience is more likely to buy from a gay-friendly business, and loyalty to the Compete brand is at an all-time high. For more information on advertising on Compete Radio, please call 480-222-4223. That's 480-222-4223, or log on to CompeteNetwork.com and click on Advertise.
The party place to be for over 26 years is Charlie's at 7th Avenue and Camelback in the heart of Central Phoenix. There's always something going on and drink specials every day. Kick off your weekend the wet way with Go-Go Boys and dance music on the patio with Wet Fridays at 9:30 and after hours until 4 a.m. Also wrap up your weekend on Sunday with the party on the patio starting at 3 p.m. It's Sinful Sundays with volleyball all afternoon and drink specials too hot to handle. Find us on Facebook under Charlie's Phoenix and get updates on daily specials. It's Charlie's.
Something dirty going on.
Steel Gym, the only real gym in New York City. From aerobic machines to strength training, 2 floors with all the equipment you need to achieve your fitness goals. Independent, more personal, open 24 hours, and named one of the top 6 gyms in the U.S. by Muscle and Fitness magazine. All personal trainers, welcome. Steel Gym. Come by and see why we're the only real gym in New York City.
For more information, feel free to contact us at www.steelgym.com or 212-352-9876.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Thomas with Thomas Eye Care. Have you noticed you're not seeing very well at night anymore? Are you noticing you're not tracking things as well on the court or on the field? How long has it been since you've had your eyes checked? Do you know what's going on inside your eyes? The eyes don't always give us a painful reminder, letting us know that something is wrong. We need to have a doctor look inside our eyes to see what's going on. A professional baseball player, which you probably have heard of, noticed his peripheral vision was going. He had not had an eye exam in years and ended up losing his vision to glaucoma. His career was stopped short and his life was forever changed. Don't let this happen to you. We can see so many things inside the eye which let us know what's going on inside the body through a routine eye exam. Just to name a few: diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Don't take your eyes and your overall health for granted. Give me a call today to schedule an appointment. Call 602-996-9906. That's 602-996-9906. Our office is located inside LensCrafters, right next door to Target, across the street from Paradise Valley Mall.
Hi, this is Angela, president of One Community. We are an interactive web and events community for gay, lesbian, and allied individuals and businesses. One Community is proud to sponsor Compete Radio's weekly show on 1480 KPHX. Remember, you vote with your wallet every day. For a list of gay, lesbian, and allied businesses and to find out about our upcoming events, visit us at www.onecommunity.co. Social membership with One Community is free. Business memberships start at just $30 per month. For up-to-the-minute news, One Community business discounts, and your chance to win great prizes such as starring in a video with the Phoenix Mercury's Diana Taurasi and Penny Taylor, log on to onecommunity.co. That's onecommunity.co.
Compete Radio is brought to you in part by
Roscoe's on 7th is the only gay sports bar in Arizona. For more information, log on to roscoe'sonseventH.com.
This is Compete Sports News Brief.
I'm Buddy Early, and this is another Compete Sports News Brief. It was 5 years ago that Crystal Mangum falsely accused several Duke lacrosse players of rape in a case that drew national attention and ignited debates all across the country. This week, the former stripper was charged with murder. According to Durham, North Carolina police, Mangum stabbed her boyfriend, Reginald Day, on April 3rd. After a 2-week stay in the hospital, Day passed away, resulting in an indictment for Mangum. Last year, Mangum was convicted on misdemeanor charges of setting fire to her home with her 3 young children inside. This, of course, on the heels of her 2006 rape accusations, in which she claimed the Duke student-athletes raped her after she was hired to perform at a party. That case was dismissed when Mangum's story fell apart. Mangum has been indicted on first-degree murder as well as 2 counts of larceny. Well, there was no surprise in this year's Boston Marathon. Kenyans swept the 2 top spots. Jeffrey Mutai and Caroline Killel were the men's and women's winners of the 115th running of the Boston Marathon. Kenyan men have won 18 of the last 21 titles, and Kenyan women 8 of the last 12. Mutai's time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 2 seconds was the fastest anyone has ever run 26.2 miles, and was nearly 3 minutes faster than the previous Boston Marathon record set last year. Even so, he had to sprint down the finish line to beat out fellow countryman Moses Moussap, who finished 4 seconds behind. It was a promising race for the U.S., which hasn't had a winner in this event since 1985. American Ryan Hall finished 4th on the men's side, while Desiree Davila and Kara Goucher both cracked the top 5, finishing 2nd and 5th. Hall's and Davila's times were both the fastest times ever for an American man or woman. In other marathon news, the great Greta Waitz died this week. The Norwegian runner was a 9-time winner of the New York City Marathon and a silver medalist at the 1984 Olympics. She is regarded as one of the greatest Norwegian athletes of all time. She died Tuesday after a 6-year battle with cancer. She was 57. And the Virginia Cavaliers have climbed back to the top of the USA Today ESPN College Baseball poll, where the team has spent most of the season. Rounding out the top 5 are South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Texas, and Florida. For the women, Michigan traded spots with Arizona State as the nation's #1 softball team. Following those squads in the poll are Georgia, Alabama, and Texas. I'm Buddy Early, and this has been another Compete Sports News Brief. Log on to CompeteRadio.com for more news.
This is Sports Talk.
All right, thanks so much and welcome back. We have an inspirational, happy story, right, buddy?
Yeah, you know, we always talk about college athletes. We don't always talk about it, but often people talk about college athletes being dumb and uneducated.
Yeah.
Well, Kemba Walker, who led the UConn Huskies to the men's national title just a few weeks ago, he's leaving school early, but he's graduating after 3 years. Yeah.
That's great.
So he's going to enter the NBA draft a year early. He's given up his final year of eligibility, but he's graduating early with a degree in sociology. Here's the funny part. It came out earlier this week that he just read his first book.
Wow.
Ever.
Was it by Anonymous?
And I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. I don't know the title of the book, but it was something about. It was about sports.
Yeah. I was going to say Fun with Dick and Jane, and here's a picture of Dick.
No, it was something about athletes, race and athletes in sports, or something, along those lines.
Does he have dyslexia?
So I'm wondering how you get through college. How do you get through high school without ever reading a book? And where are these schools?
It was difficult, buddy, I must say.
No, actually, I have a kid who had dyslexia. My aunt was a grade school teacher. I'm an adult educator by trade, and I never found out until he was ready to graduate from college that he said the last book he read was Charlotte's Web, because the print was big and it had pictures, and he would have other people read to him, or he would listen to the lectures and fill in the blanks.
So if you have a learning disability, you don't have to read a book?
No. Well, no, you should let people know you have a learning disability because they can help that.
And I don't know, so far I haven't seen any mention of a learning disability for Kemba Walker.
Yeah, he could just be lazy. You don't know.
I think the most fascinating point about the whole story is that reminds me of Kimber from the show Nip Tuck, who is my favorite character, and they have the Kimber doll.
Yeah.
But I'll step back.
I don't think Kimber ever read a book either.
Probably not. I read to her once, though. She wasn't there.
You read to her and brushed her hair?
This kind of reminds me of that episode of King of the Hill where there was the star football player and he couldn't read, and or he just wasn't very smart. But all the teachers were in on it, even the principal, and they passed him through just so he could play.
Get rid of him, or
no, because they wanted him to qualify to play in the game.
Oh,
well, just so Kimba knows, Buddy did a great job with Compete Magazine this month. There's lots of pictures, so if you have a few minutes, you might want to pick up a copy of the magazine and look at it.
And it's our swimsuit issue. Lots of nice pictures.
Can't be mean to the guy. That's awesome. He can read now. Okay, so you guys remember a few weeks ago, maybe a little longer, we were talking about BYU.
Yes.
And we gave them all these props in the world because they were standing their ground. It was, what was his name, Luke O'Brien?
Brandon Davies.
Where am I getting Luke O'Brien?
Those are potatoes.
Okay. Well, Brandon Davies, apparently, he had sex, and they found out, and they suspended him. Well,
he was on the BYU basketball team. Yeah.
Yes. And they stood by their ground. They weren't budging. This was their policy, set in stone, end of discussion.
Yeah.
And we gave them props for that. You know, if you want to go to the school, follow the rules. Well, let me just...
Josh is our investigative reporter here.
Well, this is thanks to Deadspin, but thought it was interesting. I'm going to butcher these names, but here we go. Antoine Harris is a football player. He was involved in a 2004 rape. Was not suspended from BYU.
Ooh.
Billy Skinner, he was in a group sex rape allegation. BJ Mathis, he's a football player, gang rape. Brandon Davies, there he is. Now, he was the one that was targeted. He was suspended. These other guys, I have a list here. I could go on forever, but I won't. I have a list here of well over 100 different athletes, male and female, all races. these people were all involved in some type of violation of the school's policy, and they were not suspended. Nothing was done to them.
That's not good.
So the headline of this article that I have is "The Truth About Race, Religion, and the Honor Code at BYU." And the truth is that it seems like they almost targeted Brandon Davies for some reason. I'm just wondering, why would they suspend him and not take action with these other...
Well, didn't you, when we talked about this first, didn't you say that he had reported it himself? It was a matter of conscience, or am I wrong on that?
No, yeah, that's true.
So if he reported it himself, I mean, they're honor bound then, so-called.
That could be part of it. They have no choice. And I'm wondering, I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of examples that you have there. And I can't imagine that in every one of those examples, they just didn't have enough proof or something?
Well, it was just these people where they were not suspended. I mean, there's everything. I won't go through all the details, but there's theft, burglary, alcohol, shoplifting, assault, traffic violations.
Oh, my gosh.
All right after the show, too. It's just amazing.
Undisclosed honor code violations, DUI, theft, shoplifting, group sex.
I went to the wrong college. He's online. Don't go to an online college. They are not as much fun.
I am dead serious. Group sex. I'm going through each one of these. It seems like this was a big orgy at the school.
Are we talking about pride, or are we talking about going to school?
This is BYU, these violations. A lot of this is group sex. I would say about 80% of what I have here is on group sex. Have gun charges, fighting.
Oh, gosh.
The list just goes on. Possession of marijuana. I mean, everything in the book. This school is holding, I mean, I'm not going to condone drinking and driving. I'm not going to condone marijuana. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not going to promote it, though. I don't know why this school is holding these kids, their kids, why they're holding these kids to these high standards, because it looks like all of their athletes are criminals on some level. as far as their honor code is concerned.
Well, but that goes back to, I think, recruitment practices again. You want to get the best player because that plays into your the amount of money that you get from alums and other people who support your athletic program.
University like BYU that really relies on those kinds of donations.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a little upset with BYU because we went out on a limb and we defended them for what they did to this guy.
We did.
And now come to find out after a little research, which I guess we should have done in the first place, but after a little research, we're seeing that this is historically not something they typically do.
Yeah.
My conscience is also affected now that we've heard the Brandon Davies story. This weekend, it's kind of like Katy Perry. I kissed a girl and I liked it.
Oh.
That was a drag queen, Eric.
No.
Your mommy?
That was Lindsay Mohair, the drag queen.
I want to give a big shout out to Pat that I met this weekend. Hi, Pat. Yeah. She's hot.
Yes. So Eric has a girlfriend now?
We'll talk about that in the next segment.
Am I sensing something? Is the reason Alfonso isn't here, is it really because he violated some sort of compete honor code?
Oh, my God.
Is that what happened?
Yes, and we've got a wheel to throw a dart at to see which honor violation.
Because there's so many that to choose from.
I think we have a good idea of what that was.
It was the group sex? No.
No.
Thank
Not
goodness.
in this office. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So, Eric, I'm glad you had fun at Pride. I didn't go. But you kissed a girl and you liked it. I'm trying to get you to talk here.
You notice Josh is the only one who isn't snuffling, coughing, and hacking.
I didn't go to Pride. I am not sick.
Well, we're not sick. We just have allergies.
No, I know. It was really windy this weekend.
And
I'm surprised
it was windy, and it was close to 100 degrees. So thank heavens we don't do it in June or July here.
I think Alfonso ran in 2 races this weekend, too.
He did. He did the Pat Tillman race on Saturday morning.
The Pat Tillman race, I think the race for KFC. I wasn't sure which one was first.
No, that was your race, Eric.
That was the race to KFC.
Yes.
That's it, buddy. Watch for the next issue of Compete. There will be an article on that, won't there?
On the race to KFC?
Yes.
I joke with Alfonso. He is the fastest fat person I've ever met. So.
Oh, my gosh.
You guys.
Maybe you can edit this before it goes. Hello. Why do we do this live?
Well, it's a 10-second delay, so I don't have much time to edit. But I can say that the wife of Philly's receiver, she had time to edit her comments, and she didn't. Sarah Madsen, I think is how you pronounce her last name, buddy. Yes?
Who's the receiver? I don't know. Is his last name also Madsen?
Or is it Chavez?
Sarah Madsen, wife of reliever Ryan Madsen.
Reliever?
Reliever.
Oh, he's a baseball player.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you said receiver at first, and I thought you meant football player.
Yes, we all thought, Josh.
Did I say receiver?
You did.
Oh, man.
He's our almost kind of sports expert.
I have about a million things going on right here. I'm trying to control the computer. I have all these notes. Alfonso has left me in a predicament. Anyway, she has made some pretty sad quotes, like "I hate the fans." I could go on. She's regretting this now because apparently people have, her husband's career is moving on, and she is not being forgiven for what she said.
Who did she say this in an interview? Or
at the Pride booth this weekend?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, it doesn't make much difference where it was that she said it. It's going to hound her and
Here we go.
him forever.
How about this? I'll just read you the quote. "I hate the fans. It's bad enough that they bother us during the season, but they will not leave us alone in December when we go out to eat. We stayed here during the off-season last year, but we will be going to California this year. There must be something particularly bad about the Phillies fans because all the players leave in the off-season."
Ooh.
We need to take a break on that note, but we'll be right back with events from around the world. Stay with us.
Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHX.
All right, it's that time again. It's Compete Radio's Artist Spotlight. This one is Alex Goot covering Katy Perry's California Girls. To download a copy of your own or for more of Alex's music, log on to facebook.com/gootmusic. This is Compete Radio's Artist Spotlight.
Where the grass is really greener, warm, wet and wild. There must be something in the water. Sipping gin and juice, laying underneath a palm tree. The boys break their necks, trying to creep a little sneak peek. You can travel the world, but not until it's close to the golden coast. When you party with us, you'll be partying alone. California girls were unforgettable, crazy dudes, bikinis on top, sun-kissed skin so hot, won't melt your popsicle. California girls were undeniable, pine fresh views, we got it on us. West Coast represent, don't put your hands up. Sex on the beach, we got sitting on stilettos. Free in my Jeep, we got the Beach Boys on the stereo. You can travel the world, we're not until it's close to the golden coast. When you party with us, you'll be partying alone. California girls were unforgettable, crazy dudes, bikinis on top, sun-kissed skin so hot, won't melt your popsicle. California girls were undeniable, pine fresh views, we got it on us. West Coast represent, don't put your hands up. They all could be California girls. Oh.
You're listening to Compete Radio. That was Alex Goot covering Katy Perry's California Girls. Log on to facebook.com/gootmusic for more of Alex's music and to download a copy of your own. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds right here on Compete Radio.
I am gay sports. I am gay sports. I am gay sports.
I am gay sports.
I am gay sports. I am gay sports. I am gay sports. And together, we are gay sports.
Hi, this is Senator Kyrsten Sinema. You're listening to Compete Radio. Join me on Facebook or Twitter at Kyrsten Sinema, KYRSTEN SINEMA. Or you can reach me on the web at www.kcinema.org.
Hey everyone, this is Hudson Taylor. You're listening to Compete Radio.
Compete Radio is brought to you in part by
Roscoe's on 7th is the only gay sports bar in Arizona. For more information, log on to roscoe'son7th.com.
You're listening to the only GLBT sports radio show in the nation. Compete Radio.
Welcome back. Here's Eric with events from your neighborhood and around the world.
Ooh.
Did anybody see 90210 last night?
I hate to admit I don't
You mean
watch
earlier
that.
this week?
No, I saw it on my DVR player. I didn't have to remember that.
I wasn't there.
Eric, we were not at your house. We cannot watch your TiVo.
Anyway.
When does 902 actually
I have
come out?
no idea. I always watched it on Friday night, so.
90210, I believe, comes on, isn't it Monday? I think it's Monday nights, right?
Don't clear my brain with stuff I don't need to know, Josh.
Well, I didn't realize until recently it was actually back on the air, and I was wanting to watch it, but I could never find out what day it was on. But
Well, I believe you can watch it on the WB or CW, whatever it's on now.
I have no idea.
But this, you should know this, because Teddy Montgomery, who I believe is in real life, I don't know the name of the actor, but he's literally in his 30s, and of course he plays a 17-year-old.
Sure.
He plays a tennis star on the show, and they've outed him as a Big Mo this year.
Oh.
So yesterday when I was watching on my TiVo or Devo or whatever the heck it is, they had some major making out scenes between two guys. So I'd never seen on TV before, or even in the movies, I've never seen such a gratuitous make-out session between two people of the same sex.
Well, I'm Googling that.
Well, yeah.
There's a party Friday night at Eric's house to watch his TiVo, Devo, whatever.
Please don't come. It's a private party, people.
Well, ABC tried to jump on that boat with their soap operas where they were involving, homosexual characters and romance lines and things like that. Now they've canceled, what is it, All My Children?
And One Life to Live.
Yeah.
Those suckers have been on forever.
Decades. Yeah, big deal.
I think they went on the ark with Noah. I'm not sure.
I don't know if you noticed that mine had a sports connection, though. The 35-year-old guy plays a tennis star who's having a gratuitous make-out sessions and sex on the show now.
Okay.
So I just got to make sure my point gets taken correctly.
Oh, no, it was. Point well taken.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for that.
And just to so you all know, Buddy mentioned Jerry Jewell was on Chelsea lately, so that was pretty funny.
Earlier this week, yeah, it was. Jerry Jewell is a personal hero of mine and Eric's.
Speaking of earlier this week, did anyone do anything fun for 420?
I can neither confirm nor deny that I...
Connie is obviously still recovering.
I don't know what that is.
No spiggity English.
Oh, is that like Cinco de Mayo?
420 is the day of marijuana smokers. It's where they all get together and have their smoke outs. And now,
Actually, I didn't know that.
medical marijuana is legal in Arizona.
It is.
Among other states, but...
Connie and I met with somebody that owns a medical marijuana shop in
over
California,
in California.
last week. So anyway, but that's okay. You people kind of
We
still have time
digress.
sometimes. You'll have plenty of time because I'm fast and I run out of material. So
Yes.
you'll have plenty of time after this.
So
is
what's
over.
going on, Eric?
Well, we have some personal appearances
Easy
of
for you to
the
say.
Compete Radio and Compete Magazine team. So the first one, I'll kind of give you guys a sound clue.
The bees that attacked Josh
Oh my
earlier this
God.
week?
I knew they were going to follow me.
Josh will be appearing in the San Diego Zoo Bee Asylum on April 30th.
With his EpiPen in hand.
Yeah.
He'll be the he'll be the one passed out.
Yes, I'll be a swollen mess in the corner. I don't carry an
Ready for
EpiPen
Macy's
gun.
Thanksgiving parade coming up. You don't?
Did
you
hear-
should.
I know. That's why I freaked out in the car.
Oh, okay.
It is the seasons of pride. Isn't that a song
Jolly.
from the Rent?
No.
It's the
Ba-la-la-la.
season of pride. Anyway, we're going to be at a couple.
Save us.
We're going to be at lots of Pride, so I'm going to give you a rundown of some of them. Well, first off, on April 30th, which is next week, we have the Jocks for Jocks fundraisers at Charlie's in Phoenix. Y'all got to come out and see the hot guys
That's a-
mounting their jocks and raising money for their teams.
Fun signature compete event. Yay.
And we have another event with the Jocks for Jocks on May 7th in association with Campus Pride in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep.
Followed by June 23rd, a Jocks for Jocks fundraiser benefiting the Osito Foundation with Montrose Softball League at the huge F Bar. Now, I haven't been to F Bar, but the website looks really cool.
The F Bar?
Yeah, and that's in Houston, Texas.
Is it like the F Bomb?
I think I don't know what it is. I'm not that technical.
The F Bar, it's a gay bar in Houston.
Yes.
I'm from Houston, and it must be new.
It is brand new.
Yeah,
okay.
it is new.
It's 202 Tom Street. If maybe that rings a bell.
Tom or Tom?
Anyway, I've got less than a minute, so let me carry on here. We're also going to be at Columbus Pride this year. It looks like we're not confirmed yet, but come see us at Columbus Pride. If we don't have a booth, then you won't see us. But our big one is in LA Pride. We're going to be at LA Pride this year, June 10th, 11th, and 12th. Come out and see us. It's a lot of fun, and you can actually maybe even meet me. And the Compete Mobile will be out today and tomorrow this week, so come out and look for the Compete Mobile.
Where?
We're going to be in Phoenix and Tucson.
All right.
The Compete Mobile is going to be in both Phoenix and Tucson.
Saturday in Phoenix, Sunday in Tucson. Come see us.
Do you have a general vicinity of where the Compete Mobile will be?
The Phoenix metro area and the Tucson metro area. God.
Are you going to put the paper sign in the window so people can identify it?
Yes, but it's wet and the ink's run a little bit.
It will not be at Macy's, however, as Eric
is true.
not welcome there anymore.
Oh, man. Thank you very much for listening. We missed Alfonso this week, but he'll be back. Log on to CompeteRadio.com. We'll see you next time.
Bye.